duh, where the DJ was on the other side of the dance floor from the bar, and that's where I was grooving. So I'm standing there. I'm a smoker. You're allowed to smoke in these places, believe it or not. Back then, very hard to believe, but true. So I have plenty of cigarettes, plenty of Marlboro Lights on my person. Oh God, I'm putting the mirror to you guys. It's so rude. And so I got them on my person, but guess who walks by holding a box of Marlboro Lights? And you can only imagine why suddenly, oh my God, Sean's without cigarettes. Right? Well, no, I had cigarettes. I had plenty of cigarettes. But this is hello. So guess who it was that was standing there? What was she wearing? She wasn't wearing like that cape, like head, hoodie thing that she would, I don't know, was quite often known for or something. And so guess who it was, you guys? I'm sorry to make this such a cliffhanger, but I'm also trying to not look disgusting. It was Grace Jones. She had, as I guess celebrities are wont to do, decided to go to Does Your Mama Know? And so obviously there she was. And she was smiling up a storm. I mean, why would I not expect her to smile? But except for the fact that she had people there, well, kind of, I don't want to say ogling her, but, just kind of like, well, what are you supposed to do, man? It's friggin' Grace Jones. Who can blame anybody for doing anything, right? So, me with no cigarettes, right, decide to go over, like, why wouldn't I? Now you guys, we're going to work on lashes. I'm going to try and make it as quick as possible because I know I'm not going to like, oh, break time for lashes because that's, I don't know, whatever. Some people like, pause and like, I don't know, put the lashes on and come back, whatever. Jesus, I haven't even gotten to my face. I am so friggin' sorry, you guys. I really, really am. Okay. So I go up to Grace Jones, of course. I mean, hell, this is like bucket list surprise or something. And I go up to her and she has the box out and she wasn't smoking, but the box was out. And I went up to her and I said, may I have a cigarette? Yes, Sean said, may I have a cigarette to Grace Jones? And so, with that smile, now this is ridiculous because I've got sticky fingers, but whatever. With that smile, she turns to me, she takes a Marlboro Light out of the box, and the woman hands me the damn Marlboro Light, the one Marlboro Light that she takes out for me and gives me that smile. And, well, I mean, I don't need to tell you what that would be like if you're a fan of either her, of superstardom or whatever. But let's just say I held my composure, believe it or not. I mean, I'm an old pro with celebrities, but I told you when it came to somebody that I was like hardcore into, like Grace Jones, I get starstruck, right? Who wouldn't? So I get my cigarette and I go, thank you. yes, it was loud, but you know, you could hear each other. Well, obviously, I mean, I didn't reach for the cigarette. It was not so loud that I couldn't, like, I don't know, be heard. I didn't, like I said, I didn't have to like point to it or anything. I asked for it. She gave it to me. What a doll, right? Can you imagine? Friend Grace Jones. Damn. So what happened was, since then, and please kick me in the booty because I can't believe I did this, but I kept that cigarette, that very cigarette, because I was a smoker. When I was working in corporate, you guys, I was smoking 2.5 packs a day because the cigarette break area was like right outside my office. How convenient, right? So I'd leave my office, walk, I don't know, 7 steps, there I was, and I would just, because it was such, I can't give too much out about that because I have an NDA about that whole job, which lasted 12 years of my life. Uh, but I still can't talk about it, but it's really actually not that interesting. Corporate stuff is not interesting to talk about. Trust me. uh, I had to speak on behalf of in so many corporate environments, especially on behalf of the board of directors and everything. Oh my God. Like, it's just yuck. So, point being, I was obviously starstruck and I kept that. I'm holding the catastrophe away from you, behind the mirror. Destroy my life, right? So, the catastrophe that was my life, that's like lashes that won't stick on. Oh my God, I probably should have put them on first, but whatever you want to see, like the struggle. The struggle's real, guys. Struggle's real. I have to hold it there for a bit and sort of mangle it and make it stay. Make it stay, make it stay. Okay, good enough. So, blink, blink. Uh, so, um, so that night, I know I got on something else. I don't know what it was, but that night, I kept that cigarette. Obviously, didn't smoke it. Never did. No matter how desperate for a cigarette I was, why would I? It was given to me by Grace Jones. And then I had Kiko give me, there's no like, it's not a restaurant, so you don't like, they don't have like business cards necessarily. Why would they? But Kiko had like the card for the club, like, I don't know, that they give out. I don't know. I guess that they have on hand. Why wouldn't they? It's good promotion. Or it reminds you if it's in your wallet. Oh, it was on like Thursdays, I think. It wasn't a weekend night, which it was kind of weird, and it was only once a week you could go there. So, again, you guys are getting like just the most general idea of where I would go with this stuff. So I have my thing and I'm keeping it with the business card that Kiko gave me for Does Your Mama Know? It was really a cute little card. And now I lost my black pencil, and so I'm gonna have to really horrify you and do what I always did in a pinch, which is actually just do my eyebrows with eyeliner. This again is like total pinch, you guys. Do not take your eyeliner and instead of an eyebrow pencil. That is not what you want to do, but you want to keep what you're doing as far apart from each other. Again, you guys, I am doing this with 0 glasses on. So if I did have sight, this would not take so long. So that's why I'm trying desperately to fit it in so you're not watching 5 episodes of this stuff. So I get this special box for this obviously special cigarette that was given to me by Grace Jones. And I put the cigarette and the card in the box. Where else would I put it? And put it up like in my little temple and my like, not my credenza, but my bookcase that was bolted to the wall. We actually moved that bookcase from another apartment. No, we bought it for that apartment, like totally on the cheap. And then we just like shoved it in 2 pieces in our car. Again, you guys, I know this is a total mess, but I don't have my pencil, and this was a total emergency. So this is what we're doing, and it's a mess, but you get the idea of what a mess I was at the very least, right? This one is needing one more thickness on this side. If I can even see. Okay, good enough. So now the face, believe it or not, and then we're done. So I kept it literally like you guys for, oh my God, decades. Well, yeah, I mean, I stopped drag. Well, this was before I met my husband, but I stopped drag not right away because my husband had to put up with lots of drag me out, like Jesus, dragging him to the red party, dragging him to the red party was, it was a charitable thing. It was HIV related, so those kind of things we would go to, like stuff that I was invited to. I never took my husband like barring or clubbing or even to any of those regular places. Not like Does Your Mama Know, but like those ones I said that were listed in the zines that I used to write for. I never took my husband there. Where did I take my husband? Well, like I said, to these things, like let's say, for example, a Halloween gig thing, or whatever, some reason, somebody's birthday, something like that. And then it sort of petered out. I still, I mean, he didn't have anything against it. And I didn't like dislike it with him. But, well, I didn't really need to worry about that actually. So we're not going to. Let's just even this mistake out by doing it again over here. Okay. Boom. Okay, I don't tend to do this, but let's do it because I'm obsessed with eye popping, popping them open. As you can see, I do the white between. That's like my thing, to do the white in between over here to pop the eyes open because I have relatively squinchy eyes. And so I was always, I won't say obsessed, but it was like, oh my God. I had a director once tell me, I can't see your freaking eyes. So I started waxing my eyebrows. And that, I think I touched on that in another show, became a nightmare. Because then, look what happened, you guys. Do you see much eyebrow? No, you don't. Why? Because I was plucking them. And then after plucking them, I started waxing them. And then just like tanning or whatever, excuse me, I'm looking for something. There it is. I just took it to the extreme, it was like extreme everything. And so what the fuck was I doing extreme? What was this extremity?